Welcome to Blake Hurd's Beginner's Guide for Autodesk Inventor Professional 2019. This video is catered for my students at Tippecanoe County School Corporation. If you are not from this school corporation, you may skip the first section of this video, as it demonstrates how to access our virtual machine. Before we begin, we need to understand what a virtual machine is and why we use it. A virtual machine is a computer that is accessed via the internet because the host computer, or in your case, a Chromebook, does not have the computing power to run a specific piece of software. When connecting to a virtual machine, all of your actions are being completed on the virtual machine. All your Chromebook is doing is sharing the screen. Section 1. Accessing the virtual machine. I am now going to walk you through how to access our virtual machine. To connect to the virtual machine, open a new tab on the internet. In the address bar, type tscvdi.tsc.k12.in.us and hit enter. On the right side, select VMware Horizon HTML Access. This will allow us to access the virtual machine via an internet tab rather than downloading the software. Before we continue, if you haven't already, add this website to your bookmarks. Once prompted, type in your username and password for your TSC account. Select Windows 10. If Windows 10 will not load, select Windows 7. Again, if Windows 10 does not load, please load Windows 7. You can load Windows 7 by exiting the tab and repeating the steps that we just went through. When the virtual machine loads, you will need to access Autodesk Inventor. Find the Autodesk Inventor icon and double-click it to open the software. Click OK or Yes to any windows that may pop up. This software may take a few minutes to load, so please be patient. Section 2. Creating a new file, saving a file, and opening an existing file. When making a new part on Inventor, you will need to create a new file. How to create a new file. Click on File in the top left. Click New. Underneath Templates, select either English or Metric. This will set the default measurement system. My class typically uses metric. Then select standard mm.ipt and click Create. This will make the baseline for the file in metric using millimeters, unless specified otherwise. After clicking Create, the software may load for a short period of time. Unlike Google Drive, Autodesk Inventor does not automatically save your progress, so you will need to become accustomed to saving your work manually. I suggest saving often as the virtual machine is prone to freezing up. How to save a file. Click on File in the top left. Select Save As. Save As will create an entirely new file. I will go over why this is important shortly. Click on the downward arrow in the pop-up to view different locations to save your file. Select the location that has your username, followed by some gibberish, and ends with a letter. In my case, the letter it ends with is an H. In the box next to File Name, rename your file to a unique name. Make sure you name your file in such a way that you know what your part is just by looking at the name. For instance, if you made shape 1, name your part shape 1. Every time you create a new save, your file name must be unique. If you are saving the same file or part multiple times, start adding numbers at the end of it. The reason we are saving the same part as a new file is to create checkpoints. Think of this process like a video game. If you fail a part of the video game, you typically return to a checkpoint, not restart the entire game. The same is true with Inventor. If you mess up your part, you could recall a previous day's work instead of restarting the entire project. Once you have renamed your file, click Save. When a part takes more than one day to create, you will need to open that file. How to open a file. Click on File in the top left. Select Open. Click on the downward arrow in the pop-up to view different locations where the files are saved. Select the location that has your username followed by some gibberish and ends with a letter. In my case, at the end, the letter is an H. Double-click on the file that you would like to open. Section 3. Basic Tools. Editing a part using the Line tool, Circle tool, Arc tool, Rectangle tool, Dimensioning tool, and deleting a line. Before we begin, we need to make sure that all the tools you might need are available. If any of your tools are missing, return to this step. Select the View tab, click on User Interface, and make sure all the following options are checkmarked. View Cube, Navigation Bar, Status Bar, Document tabs, and Model. We are now going to go over how to edit a part. In the 3D Model tab, select Start 2D Sketch. Then select the XY plane. From this point, you may start drawing. I will go over several drawing tools that we will use. Line tool. To make a line, select Line. Move your mouse over where you want to start your line and click. Move your mouse in the direction that you want your line to go. Then type in the measurement. Make sure to label. Then press Enter. When you are finished using the Line tool, hit Escape to return to your regular mouse. Deleting a line. Make sure you have already pressed the Escape key to get out of any tool that you may be in. Right-click the line that you would like to delete. Right-clicking on the Chromebook is done by clicking with 2 fingers. Select Delete at the top of the selection wheel. Circle tool. Click on Circle. Move your mouse to where you would like the center of the circle to be and click. Edit the dimension of the desired diameter. Diameter is the length of one side of the circle to another. Make sure to label your measurement. When you are finished using the circle tool, hit Escape to return to the regular mouse. Arc tool. Click on Arc. Move your mouse to where you'd like the arc to begin and click. move your mouse to where you'd like the arc to end, and click. Move your mouse in the direction you would like the arc to go. Edit the dimension to your desired length, and make sure you label your measurement. Hit enter and create your arc. When you are finished using the arc tool, hit escape to return to the regular mouse. Rectangle tool. Click on Rectangle. Move your mouse to where you would like to start the rectangle and click. Pull the rectangle in the desired direction to start it. Edit the dimension of the width to your desired length. Make sure you label this. Hit Tab and edit the dimension of the height. Make sure you label this. Hit Enter to make the rectangle. When you are finished using the rectangle tool, hit Escape to return to the regular mouse. Dimensioning tool. The Dimension tool allows you to edit the dimension, or length, of lines. Click on Dimension. Click on the line that you would like to edit the dimension of. Pull out the line and click again. Edit the length and press Enter. Make sure to label. If your line already has a dimension, you do not need to use the dimensioning tool. Instead, double-click on the actual dimension to edit the line. Make sure you label. Section 4. Layers, making a sketch 3D, adding material, removing material, and editing an existing part. Understanding layers. Layers are a difficult concept to explain, so to keep this simple, you should only have one layer, or sketch, open at one time. New layers are made by creating 2D sketches. If you open a file and already have a layer made, which may be named Sketch followed by a number, on the left-hand side of your screen, in my case, that is Sketch 1, double-click the box next to it to continue editing your drawing. When you are ready to turn your 2D sketch into a 3-dimensional part, click Finish Sketch in the top right. It will have a large green check mark. Click Extrude on the top left. If you can't find Extrude, make sure you are in the 3D Model tab. Click on the shape that you would like to make 3D. In this case, Inventor knows there is only one shape, so it automatically selects it. Edit the dimension in the pop-up and be sure to label. Click OK. To add material to an existing part, click Start 2D Sketch and click on the face that you would like to add the material to. Create your drawing. Click Finish Sketch. Click Extrude. Then click on the shape that you would like to add the material to. In this case, Inventor knows there is only one shape made, so it automatically selected it. Edit the dimension. Remember to label, and then hit OK. Removing material. To remove material from an existing part, click Start 2D Sketch and click on the face that you would like to remove the material from. Create your drawing. Click Finish Sketch. Click Extrude. Then click on the shape that you would like to remove. In this case, Inventor knows there's only one shape and has selected it automatically. Click on Cut and edit the dimension, and then click OK. Make sure you label. Edit an existing part. First, decide if you need to edit how much the part was extruded or just change the base sketch. To edit, double-click on the layer that needs editing. Either select the extrusion or select the arrow going towards the right near the extrusion to expand the layers and select the sketch that needs editing. Section 5. Tips and Tricks. Before the video ends, I would like to give you a few extra tips. Not having a mouse makes Inventor much more frustrating. With a mouse, you can scroll with the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Clicking on the mouse wheel will allow you to move around the object. Using the cube in the top right, you can spin around the object. If you ever lose your shape, you can click on the Home button near the top left of the cube. You can move the small bar on the left by holding the left click button and moving it up and down. There are also several shortcuts you can use when sketching. Hitting L on the keyboard selects the line tool, for instance. Thank you for watching my beginner's guide to Autodesk Inventor Professional 2019.